love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted. Stay humble.
Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Let me try again. Sorry, people. I don't know what's going on with my microphone. It's a bit dodgy. Bit dodgy, bit dodgy, bit dodgy. What's going on? What's going on, people? I hope everything is okay. Please hit that like button, subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. We're going to discuss the Premier League, of course, and Liverpool Football Club, of course, as well. So lots to talk about. Just do me a favor and do that stuff I just said before. It's looking good. It's looking good for Liverpool at the moment. We're doing all right in the Premier League. Winning another game in it. So, but I want to talk about the other teams and put my thoughts towards that as well. Let me just get everything ready. Always late, guys. Just woke up. So I'm always freaking late. That's what I do. Late to the post, as they say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Big up, Jason, man. You're good. I'm good, man. Big up, Michael. I mean, yeah. Let me bring in the table. Then we could talk about it. Yeah. Don't know where it disappeared to. It was there a minute ago. It's the results, not the table actually. So we'll start with Man City, of course. All things Man City. What is going on at the Etihad? More like Emptyhead. They're struggling to even get fans, at their football club at the moment. They drew with Everton, one of the worst teams in the Premier League, in my opinion, especially away from home. I don't know how Man City couldn't beat Everton. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. They are in deep, deep, deep trouble, I think, Man City. I think it's one of those ruts. It's impossible to get out of. And you could see it in the games, the way they play, the way they, application from the players as well. It's not good, man. It's not looking good for Man City. They're really, really struggling, guys. It's not just about playing. It's not about the passing game. It's creating chances as well. And what I've seen of them in their games, they play a lot of attackers, but they don't produce anything. If you know what I mean. So yeah, it's a weird one with Man City. It's always gonna happen. These things happen. It happened to Man United. It happened to Liverpool. It happened to Arsenal. When when time runs its course, that's what happens. It doesn't stay the same anymore. This is why Man City are the way they are. They took the lead. They had a few chances. Bernardo Silva, I remember, had another chance. He tried the outside the foot and missed that whole target. Haaland hardly in the game. But the thing is, what I look at is Man City chose this kind of way of going, to that direction with a target man instead of low center gravity, striker like Aguero and players like that. Like even Alvarez that's gone to Atletico Madrid. That's what they needed, really. They didn't need someone like Haaland. I think Haaland, whether we like to say it or not, I know they won the league in the last couple of seasons, is a problem because without creating for him, the rest of the team don't really do much, if you know what I mean. It's just we're all about Haaland. That's how I see it when I'm looking at Man City. He's the focal point. He's the striker that scores the goals. But what about the other side? There's no one else doing that anymore. What I remember of Man City when they used to play is, it was an all-round team. Goals come from everywhere, and we don't see that. We don't see that at the moment. It's a big problem for Man City, in my opinion. This is why they're struggling, and this is why we're not used to seeing like this type of team that we're watching. Um, they need a whole refurbishment, man. The players are getting old. You know, Kyle Walker used to be a big part of the defensive display. He used to be the one that's cleaning up at the back when players go through. Now you can't run anymore, so the players are on their own, like Diaz, Stones, Ake, and all these other defenders that they got. They haven't got the pace of Kyle Walker. So when players get through towards the goal, it's impossible to catch it now because if the players got pace, yeah, it's done. And even with Edison, Edison's been exposed this season. Nobody expected him to concede the goals he's conceding because normally he's got clean sheets. Now players are getting at him. It's more or less a goal every game. He's been taken off. The reserve, sorry, the second goalkeeper has been playing lately, and then he comes back and he's been taken off again because Pep Guardiola is all over the place. He's all over the place at the moment, and he's scratching his head a lot, as we've seen. But what he fails to realize, like, if you don't refresh the squad, it's gonna, be stuck. Imagine hearing the same thing every season. It's the same, tactics every season. Like when new players come in, it's a new thing for them, innit? And they're young, they're hungry. They don't win titles on a consistent basis when they buy players normally. He drums it into them. It's like a man management kind of style. And you see it now. They're really, really, really struggling because it's the same players, different season. And I've said that last season as well. I think they're too defensive. The players they bought are too defensive. This is another issue they're having. You need to buy attackers as well. I mean, where is the Leroy Sané's of this world? Where is the Raheem Sterling's of this world? Mahrez. Okay, you bought Silvinho. That's similar to Mahrez, but Mahrez had the technical ability that's creative as well as scoring important goals. And Silvinho, I don't know if he's got that. I've never seen this player before. Is a strange one. Is a strange one when I see that. But like I said, I was talking to Hamza on Spaces, and yeah, he has this mentality. Hamza is a Man City fan. If you guys don't know, he's all over the social media. He even gave a letter to Pep Guardiola to sign some players. I spoke to him. We had a good conversation, and he was telling me like, all you have to do is sign 6 players or something like that to change Manchester City's fortunes. But I said to him, that's impossible to say things like that because you could buy 6 players, but it will still take time for them to integrate, to believe in the ideas of Pep Guardiola. So it might take them a whole season to drum that into them. And are the players that's gonna come in the same as the players that's leaving? Have they got the minerals of winning titles and in a consistent basis like the past players? Yeah, it's a whole when you got the actual team there, it's easier to build around it. But they no longer have that. That's the thing. This is why they were successful in a continuous basis, and they just kept the players too long. Kyle Walker is about 2 years too long. Good duel shouldn't have got back. De Bruyne is about a year too long. You know what I mean? It's a mess. What's his name? Bernardo Silva. It's not the same player that we've seen down the years. He is struggling on the pitch, absolutely struggling on the pitch, and it's hard to see if you're a Man City fan. You see these superstar players playing like this. Yeah, it's madness, guys, absolute madness. But like, come on, guys, man, you don't draw with Everton at home, do you? These are not the type of games you draw at home, man. It's sad to see if you're Man City, from Man City's point of view, if you know what I mean, guys. It's sad to see that. The almighty club that's winning everything. But then again, they had to balance the books because they're in courts, of course, and they have to follow the rules now. Like I've heard they saying they're innocent. If you're innocent, why aren't you spending like you was before? If you know what I mean. So yeah, Doku, guys, like I watched that guy. He's awful, man. Absolutely awful. We dodged a bullet there, man. Liverpool's after that guy, Doku. He is absolutely awful. Jack Grealish, 100 million. It's madness, man. Hasn't scored for months. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I thought, listen, you got rid of Alvarez, you needed a replacement. You know what I mean for that because Alvarez would have done something. He would have actually supported the attack. If Haaland doesn't score, he will score. If you know what I mean. And he was playing as a number 10 majority of the time at Man City, even though we know he's a number 9 is clinical finisher. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy what you see at City. But it's just continuing to be the same every single time. Even if they're a goal up, you still can't trust them of winning that game. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do, man. You know, a lot of work to do. You know, all those teams that you punished down the years are coming after you now. You know what I mean? And they don't give a damn. You know, that's the worst part of it. The respect for Man City is gone out the window, and this is why they're struggling pretty badly. Nobody respects them anymore. When the respect goes, it's hard to get back because you put yourself in that situation. You know what I mean? Like we used to watch games, bored out of our freaking lives, man. Like they just pass and pass and pass and just put you to sleep. Now, yeah, it's different, man. It's different. It doesn't even matter if it's the bottom team. They even struggled against Southampton, as I remember the season. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a long way to go for Man City, man. A long, long way. I mean, like I said, a target man might not been your thing. You should have just continued with a team, contributing instead of like one player who scores all the goals. I know like the way they're trying to try to rest the players, just let the guy score, but the players behind him can have a lot of rest and all this stuff. But sometimes it doesn't work, man. Pep Guardiola's formation is not set up for that. He's set up for players that slight, low center gravity, and run a lot, run around a lot. You know what I mean? And busy non-stop. And and now you can see it. You could actually see it's a problem with Haaland up front, man. It was coming anyway. I always thought that. I honestly thought with Man City, it's good to listen. Haaland is one of the best strikers in the world. Let's be realistic here. But if you're playing, as a focal point and that is it, and he doesn't score the goals and the rest have dried out, then these things happen, man. These things happen. Let's check out the league where they are, and then we move on to the next game. Yeah, people, I'm here for you guys. Just hit the like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So look, Man City 7th. Absolutely weird to see them there. They've lost 6 games already this season, and it's only been 18 games. They've lost 6 games already. You know what I mean? That's unlike Man City. They don't lose this many games. 18 games, 6 losses. Wow. 28 points. That's not Man City. Let's be realistic, man. That's not Man City, man. Are they going to sign players in January? I don't know. I really don't know. Are the new players going to bring in like a fresh way of thinking? We don't know. It's one of those ones. It's like this. Is it going to go in the right way or in the wrong way? Because sometimes players need to settle in and it takes them time. You know what I mean? And I honestly think they needed young players. Young players that's hungry, that's gonna be willing to accept Pep Guardiola's ideas and take it in and take it into the pitch and fight for him. That's what they're missing, because the closing down is gone. The passing game is still there, but it's not convincing enough. They don't really create a lot of chances in regards to that. They get bullied on the ball nowadays as well. That's something that never used to happen. One man can't be the difference in one team. You know what I mean? Rodri can't be the only guy who makes Man City tick, especially the amount of money this team spends and the way they've been acting in the years, bullying other teams. Yeah, man. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. They're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. They need a whole new team. I think some of the players have checked out. Like Edison, De Bruyne. I see De Bruyne come on nowadays, passing balls to the opponents. Not even to his own players, to the actual opponents, which is weird. I've never seen that from De Bruyne before. He's one of the greatest midfielders in the Premier League history. He's compared to the likes of Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard. You know what I mean? And now you see him, like, it looks like, I don't know what it is. I think he's injured. I honestly think De Bruyne has a serious injury because the way he runs, the way he moves, the way he's put on weight as well, doesn't look right. Does not look right at all. And yeah, something is not right with De Bruyne in my opinion. I think this is obviously it's his last season at Manchester City. I think Kyle Walker's last season at Man City. I think Ederson's going to be his last season at Man City as well. So there's a lot of players that's going to be the last season, and not only that. A lot of people are saying like, let's sign a defensive midfielder like Zubamendi or someone like of that kind of style. What says Zubamendi does suit Man City? And not only that, what says when Rodri when Rodri comes back, Zubamendi is still going to be in the team. You know what I mean? Because they're similar players. So then again, you could ask yourself, is Rodri going to come back the same? You know what I mean? He wasn't pacey in the first place. You know what I mean? That's another thing as well. Yeah. Man, they put themselves in a bad predicament, man. Man City are in deep shit. But yeah, Everton played pretty well. I thought the way, obviously, they're going to defend, aren't they? The way they're going to defend and try to counter-attack. They could have won the game as well at the end. They had a few opportunities, like 3-on-2. They just messed up. The lack of quality actually showed, and they struggled in the game in regards to that. But yeah, they've done a good job. They went away to Arsenal. They went away to Man City, and both got draws. And they did what they had to do. That's what Everton do. They bore you to death, but they can still get that goal that can get them a draw. And to them, a draw is a win. Getting a point on obviously on the table is important to them. If you know what I mean. Let's see where they are. I think they're still in the bottom half. Like that's 15th. -7, 17 points, 6 losses, I think it is as well. Yeah, 6 losses. Yeah, it's a lot for, if you lose in 6 games, I think 8 draws. It's a lot. It's a lot, for the season, in my opinion. Like, it's only been 18 games and 17 games, sorry, and you already lost 6. It's just like Man City. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, man. It's madness, man. 3 wins all season as well. I don't even know if they won away from home, to be fair, guys. I think they just won at home majority of the games. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. Everton played the way they play. And they need to get themselves out of relegation because, this is their last season at Goodison. So if you're going to play in the new stadium next season, it can't be in the Championship. It's got to be, obviously, in the Premier League. It's sad if it happens anyway. One of the, I think the second to Arsenal is the longest serving club in the Premier League, as far as I'm aware. And then you got Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, 0-0. Not much coming from there. Both cancelled each other out. Too good. Bournemouth is a good team. They've done pretty well this season, in my opinion. They're getting better with this manager. Nobody gave their manager a hope in hell. But now you see like what's going on. It's something amazing. I think they're in the top half of the table. I think it's something like that. Let me see. Yeah, 6. Look at that, people. Who would have thought Bournemouth would be like in the top 6? And then you got Crystal Palace, way at the bottom. The manager, they manage the honeymoon period is slowly disappearing, in it. Now it's about results, and he needs to start winning. If you know what I mean, you can't just like hide behind last season the way you came in and saved the club. That's no longer there. If you don't start performing now, people are gonna ask questions. You're like in the bottom half, near the relegation zone. Yeah, it's a big problem. But yeah, listen. If you ask me from both teams in this game, I'm disappointed more in Bournemouth because Bournemouth is normally a good team, and at home they should be stronger. If you know what I mean, guys. Yeah, it's a strange one, that one. Strange one, but then top 6. Then we can move on to Chelsea. Whew. What a game. They've lost. And, sorry, the wrong game. What's funny about the Chelsea game is a lot of our Liverpool fan base were saying it's Chelsea are in the champion, obviously in the race for the league, Premier League, and I said they're not ready, man. They are good. I mean, they've got the players there. Come on, you spent over $1 billion, and you expect to actually perform in a higher level. if you know what I mean. So they got caught out. They got caught out. If you haven't got the spine of the team, obviously the goalkeeper, the defenders, and the midfielders and the strikers and the wingers, it's going to be difficult for you, to maintain that performance high level on a consistent basis. And this is what Chelsea's facing at the moment. They are going to drop off in the league. I've got no doubt about that because they're not ready. They're not ready. First of all, Sanchez in goal. That's not the way to go forward. Even that he done pretty well in that game. To be fair, he's handling of the ball was brilliant. Shot stopping was good actually, and the goals wasn't his fault really. Chelsea just tried to go for the game, and then they left themselves open at the back, and Fulham capitalised on that and won the game. But yeah, it's a long way to go for Chelsea, guys. I don't think they're title contenders. They're there, if you know what I mean. I think they should just concentrate on the top four. Gradually, in the next couple of seasons, try get up there and compete. That's what I'm saying. And I don't know nothing about their manager. Obviously, he managed Leicester, and then he came to Chelsea. Is a manager bounce at the moment? They are doing pretty well in that way of thinking. But when things become difficult and the players tire and the ideas don't come as often, what is he gonna do? I want to see them in a rut to see how they come out of that. Like a blip kind of thing at Chelsea. They haven't had that yet because they got the new manager bounce, new ideas. Players are performing, in a positive way. But when they hit that blip, can they recover? Can they, come out of that in a good way? We'll have to see. But Colwell at the back and players like that it ain't gonna give you something to think about. You're gonna be scared. They need dominant centre backs. You know what I mean? Like a Terry or someone like that. Because without a leadership, it ain't gonna work. That's what they're missing. Come on, Enzo Fernandez is their captain, guys, at the moment because Reece James is injured. And we don't even know when Reece James is coming back because he's always injured. But Enzo Fernandez, nah, he's not captain, guys. Let's just be realistic, yeah. But Caicedo's been doing pretty well in the midfield, and I've always been an advocate for Caicedo. I've always said he should have ended up at Liverpool because that's the player that we was missing. It was with Caicedo, people. If you think about it, the season, obviously, was it last season? Last season when we tried to buy him, yeah. The whole fan base in every football club that's competing was in uproar. They were angry. They were saying, if Liverpool buy Caicedo, it's over for everybody else. And they were right. Because that's what we was missing. I mean, a dominant, DM. And that's what Caicedo is. And now, people were laughing at him. We was even laughing at him at Anfield when we was, opening the Anfield Road stand. Even Klopp was making fun. We dodged a bullet there, kind of thing. But now he's showing his qualities. Caicedo is phenomenal, guys, man. When I look at a player, and I actually, before Chelsea, I was saying that we should get him. This was a couple of seasons ago. I watched him at Anfield, and he was phenomenal. He's a special player, guys. Honestly, it's the way when you look at a DM, it's the way they look on the pitch, the way they aura about them. You know what I mean? He wins 50-50s. Passes the right passes, backs the defense. You know what I mean? And this is what Caicedo does. He might not be like Kante or Makelele or anything like that, but he's got his own qualities that's dominant. If you know what I mean? Imagine him and McAllister and Szoboszlai, Jones and Gravenberch. That would be frightening for everybody. Forget about the Premier League, world domination, man. I'm telling you guys right now, the world domination. We missed out on that, man, and it's sad. It's really, really sad. If Chelsea didn't come for him when we signed him, we would have dominated football, man, for years to come. That's how highly I rate him with our players that we got currently as well. We miss a player like that, man. We really, really miss a player like that. Gravenberch is doing a great job, but we're conceding goals now. I mean, goals conceding is becoming a regular thing at Liverpool. So he would have, when teams are attacking, he would have stepped 5 yards back, just stay in front of the defense, protect them. And that's what we're missing. I mean, I love Gravenberch, what he's doing at the moment, but he's not, he's not that type of player. He's doing brilliantly, but he's not that tough player, Gravenberch. Gravenberch is more of a thinking forward kind of player instead of like stepping back and protecting, shielding the back four. And this is what Caicedo's got, and this is what we're missing. It's a pity because I remember every fan base like Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham. I don't even know why Tottenham's coming into this, but yeah, they were all coming out saying to Chelsea fans, man, you need to call Todd Bowley to get that player because he shouldn't be going to Liverpool. It's the end of football if he goes to Liverpool. That's how much of a fear we brought, onto that transfer, and eventually they got their player. Because I'm a firm believer. Todd Bowley, once Liverpool came in with that 111 million, he didn't want none of it. It's just the fan base, pressured him to go and get him. I think they settled for Lavia. That's what they settled for. And they pushed him and they bought him. And we look like mugs again. Where's the 111 million, John? But like I said, Chelsea, they're not ready, guys. It's a long way to go for them. They're gonna be hot and cold under the new management, new formation, new ideas. It's always gonna be, it looks like great in the beginning, but eventually it calms down a bit. But like I said, their target should be top 4 and see where they go. But as for Fulham, that's a brilliant result, man. They went to Anfield, got a draw. They went to Chelsea, They even went to Man City when they had Rodri actually and battered them. If Adama Traore had his shooting boots, they would have been, they would have killed them. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, he didn't have his shooting boots. But yeah, the way they set up this game, the way they brought on their substitutions, and at the end of the game they started attacking Chelsea. That's a game tactic at its best. It's like Nottingham Forest at Anfield. The similar way that they beat us. Same way they beat us. They put the defensive players in the beginning, like 75 minutes. They brought on Hudson-Odoi and all these guys, and they won the game. Hudson-Odoi scored the goal. They won the game. That's what you do. You take pressure. Let the defenders, and the defensive midfielders take care of that. And then there's a certain time of the game, you start getting goals. You know what I mean? And as you can see, Rodrigo obviously scored the winner. Harry Wilson scored in 82 minutes. You know what I mean? Look at the time of the goals, guys. Like 82 minutes and 90 minutes plus 5. There you go. It shows like, if you take pressure sometimes and then, the opponents tire, you could get that counter-attack going. As long as you get that goal, obviously the equaliser, and then you go again and get the second one after that. Because the teams you're facing, they're already tired and you're bringing in fresh legs that's actually, going the other direction. And it was brilliant. It was a brilliant idea from the manager. And yeah, they deserved their win because, it wasn't the only 2 opportunities they had in the game. They had more opportunities in the game than just the 2 goals they scored. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. People, man, I'm here for you, as always. Of course, it's a last-minute thing, but, if you want football knowledge, I'm trying to give it to you guys. Yeah. Let's see where they are in the league. The table looks beautiful, doesn't it, guys? Honestly. Beautiful. 7 points. Beautiful. So, Fulham are obviously 8th. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Chelsea are obviously 2nd. They've only lost 3 games this season. I didn't know that. I thought they lost more. Yeah. So one is 8th, one is 2nd, 8th. Whichever way you want to go around. Look at Nottingham Forest, man. Little old Nottingham Forest. That's what people call them, little old Nottingham Forest. But you're forgetting, man, they're more successful than most clubs in this top 5. Yeah, man, they've got European Cups, mate, as well as, league titles. I've always wondered, like, why Spurs always get preference in streams when you've got a successful team like Nottingham Forest in the Premier League again and Aston Villa. They should get more priority. Spurs, yeah, they finish in the top 6, great, but what do they actually do? They don't win anything. You know what I mean? So it's unfair, on the teams that actually have history, they've got a background. It's unfair, in my opinion. Yeah, but yeah, not bad, is it? Look at that. And, this manager, the Nottingham Forest manager, was a manager of Spurs, not for long. Look where Spurs are, and look where he is. He must be laughing, mate. 11th. Wow. That's beautiful, man. You know, it's karma, innit? You treat someone badly. Now, I mean, now they get their revenge. They get their revenge. I've seen this obviously in the highlights, the Newcastle game against Aston Villa. Gordon scored though. It's similar. I think it was similar to the Gakpo goal. He curled it around in the top corner. The way he curled it was just beautiful. To be fair, guys, it's like a Salah kind of finish, if you know what I mean. Gordon's good player, man. Anthony Gordon. I mean, would he do like, a lot at Liverpool? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if he's capable of doing that on a consistent basis. Because when you play for Liverpool, you don't just play in the Premier League. You play in Champions League football. You play in the cups and all that stuff. We're in every competition. We go for it, if you know what I mean, guys. And you could do that stuff in the Premier League with a team like Newcastle, but when you step up and the defenders, are wary of you and they try harder against you, can you still do those kind of stuff? I've seen a lot of players like they do these kind of stuff at Newcastle's, Aston Villas, and all that stuff. But when they come to a big club, when they focus on you as a player, as a football club, it's difficult for players to perform in that level because it's a very, very high level, and teams try harder against you than any other team. Liverpool Football Club, when people say that, we can't let them win, we've got to beat them, and this is why players fail. They can't stand the pressure. You know what I mean? And you got Isak scoring again. Frick, this guy is phenomenal, man. I don't know his injury record because I've been hearing he's injury prone, but Isak is it's amazing, guys. It reminds me of Thierry Henry, to be fair, but more of a central striker instead of like going out wide a lot. He can do that. He can go out wide and that. But yeah, it's Arsenal, his destination. Do Arsenal need an Isak kind of striker? I don't know. Because with Arsenal, what I see is they need a guy who drops off and works hard for the team. If you know what I mean, guys, a hard-working type of player. And he's not that type of player. He's more of a out-and-out striker that can get goals. Let me give you an example, like a Haaland at Man City. Is this what Arsenal need? Because when Man City obviously went to that direction, they slowly, in my opinion, from there they're going down because you're only going to be thinking about that guy scoring the goals. And Alexander Isak is that type of striker. But what Arsenal is looking for is similar to what Man City used to have, which is low center of gravity, dropping off and helping out in midfield as well as attack. Like a Firmino kind of striker. Firmino changed a lot of stuff, guys, honestly. He's changed a lot of stuff. And Joe Linton obviously got a goal. It was a good goal, actually, It was a good goal. Ex-striker, now a midfielder. He finished like a striker. Newcastle are slowly creeping in, guys. They're slowly creeping in. They're winning their games. Something hit them finally, I think. And obviously we know Duran got sent off. Was it a sending off? I don't know. I don't know if he meant it, guys, because I saw his ankle like go in a different direction, and then this is when he started stepping on the players, back. Maybe a yellow card would have been enough. I don't even know if a yellow card was enough. It was by accident. I honestly think it was by accident. But then again, they have been saying like he's hot-tempered and he's got no patience, if you know what I mean. And this is the downfall of players. Look at Dele Alli. He's like that. He was hot-tempered, still thinks he's a gangster. And his career doesn't exist anymore. People need to be careful with things like that. Just concentrate on your life, man. Which is, you're a footballer. You earn a lot of money, and you need to like put your stamp into football. People need to remember you. All this hard man stuff, like you need to get rid of that. This nonsense. You think like you bring the outside life into football. Get rid of that. But I don't think it was a red card. I don't think he meant it. I think he just something happened with his ankle, his left ankle, I think it was, and then he changed the direction of his body, and unfortunately, it landed on the player's back. If you know what I mean. Yeah, but Newcastle's a good team, guys. Aston Villa, I don't know, like what where Aston Villa are actually. I haven't looked. Let me check the table. As you can see, Newcastle are 5th. They're climbing up the table. They've lost 5 games this season, drew 5 as well, and won 8. It's not bad. 18 games. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all compared to other teams I was talking about. Aston Villa are 9th. You know, balancing the Premier League, Champions League is 2 different things, and you can see if you haven't got the strength and depth in the squad, it's gonna be difficult, man. It's gonna be very, very difficult. You know what I mean? So, um, being where they are right now, you know, 28 points. It's where they deserve to be. 6 games they lost. You know what I mean? And they drew 4. Yeah, it is the table doesn't lie. The table doesn't lie. Like I said, balancing the Champions League and the Premier League is a tough thing. Big up Irmina, big up hit the likes, people, as I always say. Big up Jids, yes, Fozzy Duran just slipped. Yeah, I thought so, bro. I looked at it and I looked at his ankle like they did on Match of the Day. It can take you off balance, and that's what happened to him, bro. And that's what happened to him, unfortunately. It was sad. It was sad. But the thing is, like, he needs to like get rid of this hot temper as well, because they're gonna judge him on that now. When they know you're hot tempered, they're gonna judge you on that. You know how it is, Jids. Big up, Jids, by the way. You know how it is. They're gonna judge you on that. But like I said, balancing the Champions League and the Premier League is something demanding, and if you haven't got the strength and depth, it'll be a tough season for you. From what I can see on the table, both teams deserve to be where they are. Obviously, Newcastle is in the top 5, and Aston Villa is in the 9th position. There you go. So, there, yeah. I think they match the table where they are. To be fair, guys, they match the table where they are. No doubt about that. Big up everyone, man. Like, I know I've done a late kind of stream. I haven't given anyone notice, but yeah, I want you guys to hit the notification bell, and you know, whenever I come on, I come on. I mean, I've just woken up from a night shift. I finished at 7 a.m. Got home around 8. So now I wake up. I've been trying to give you guys, you know, a good stream. I'll be on Igals later on around 11. If you guys want to tune into that as well, back on there with him, my brother. So even though I say bad things sometimes, you know, when we argue, he's my brother, man. Just like Hamza. So, and Jids and everybody else. Yeah, this Tottenham, they're in a bad run, aren't they, man? They are missing a lot of players. You got to be honest, innit? When you're missing your whole defense and the goalkeeper and some of your midfielders, they've got that attack still there. I think they're top scorers, one of the top scorers in the Premier League. It's going to be tough. I mean, this is why I say Ange should not be judged right now, and it's unfair for a manager to be judged in regards to that, because if you're missing about 10 players off your first team, that is not even like on the bench, it's tough, man. It's tough, and they are experiencing a tough season this year. Look, Spence, like the left back, the one who was playing against Salah the other day, you know what I mean, did well against Salah, to be fair. Even though Salah scored a couple of goals, I thought Spence played pretty well. I thought he handed him pace and all that stuff and power wise. He's got plenty, you know. IC3, you know, athletes, we can run, innit? Yeah, but yeah, it's a mess at Tottenham at the moment. I don't know what it is. Why are players getting injured? Is it the training they do? Because, you know, I think it's more muscle injuries from what I've seen. So, is it the preparation? What is it at Tottenham? Why are the players getting injured? Why are 10 players out? If you know what I mean. It's madness, absolute madness. If you look at, obviously, Nottingham Forest, man, they're third, aren't they, in the league? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, this used to be normal. Not Chelsea being second. Chelsea used to be a mid-table team below that back in the day. But Nottingham Forest in the 80s, they were up there, man. They were up there. I remember a game we faced Nottingham Forest with John Barnes, you know, Peter Beardsley, John Aldridge, Ray Houghton, Ronnie Whelan. No, I think it was Nigel Spackman, actually. Nigel Spackman, and that. We beat them 5-0. And they were I think one of the best teams in the league. I think second best team in the league to Liverpool We battered them 5-0 at Anfield. It was one of the best games I've ever seen. I remember when we was kids, we used to pass the tape around. If people don't know that, it's a tape like for videos. It's different, Nowadays you got DVD, Blu-ray players and all that stuff. But before we used to have a cassette. Sorry, the tapes. That we could watch, movies and football and all that stuff. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. It's a beautiful game. I still remember that. Yeah, Nottingham Forest back in the day, guys. They were top team, top team, way ahead of everybody else. I think they won the Champions League, European Cup twice as well. So they are up there, man. They are up there with the Clough family. The Clough family just dominated with them. Yeah, special team, man. And their manager, what he's doing right now. Yeah, it's true. Big up, Jids, man. Their manager right now is, doing some stuff. And, he's proving people wrong. Let's just be realistic here, guys. He's proving people wrong. The guy, what he's doing at the moment is remarkable. You know what I mean? Like, he's ahead of Arsenal. He's ahead of teams that spend a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Nottingham Forest spend a lot of money as well. But, the way they spend their money, they've done it in a smart way. They've got players that can fit the system. Not buying for buying sakes like Man United do. That's what Man United do. But these guys, they buy players that fit their system and it works. And it's frightening for the rest, man, because I can see them improving, man. Like their chairman is willing to spend. Their chairman is willing to buy players that's going to improve the team. And, he owns another club in Greece. So they are ambitious. This is why they're third. Because whenever the manager needs a player, he gets it. Listen, in football, you don't need players that's gonna come to your football club, collect money, and play whenever they want. You can get players that want to play football, that want to, fight. And this is what they're getting. They're not third for no reason, mate. They deserve to be third. That's the thing out of all this stuff we're talking about. They deserve to be third. And they, as you can see, the green, arrow at the top, that means they're still going up. As Arsenal's falling down, they have to beat Ipswich tonight. But they're going to beat Ipswich tonight, let's be honest. 34 points, 4 losses, 4 draws, 10 wins. 10 wins. Liverpool was only won 13. 10 wins already. Look, Nottingham Forest, 10 wins, guys. That's mad. Same as Chelsea. That's mad. Only 1 point off Chelsea. Wow. It's just a draw, and the loss. If they improve on the draws, maybe they'll be like second now, right now. 10 wins. Wow, I didn't know that. That's and then you look at Liverpool, 13 wins at 17 Premier League games. And wow, I didn't know about Nottingham Forest. That's a strange one, guys. Honestly, 10 wins. That's impressive, man. You got to give them credit for that. But as I say, guys, hit the likes, hit the subscription, and, get in the comments, man. I'm here for you guys at the end of the day. I'm going to talk about Liverpool at the end, as I always do. But I just want to talk about the Premier League, how it is going to turn out. I don't think, what you see right now is going to finish at the end of the season. I think, obviously Man City is going to climb up. I think Chelsea will be in the top 4, and I think it's going to be between Liverpool and Arsenal for the league this season. I think Man City is a bit too far right now, if you can see, guys. Too many losses and draws as well. So 6 losses already, 4 draws. That's too much, man. That is too much, man. And only 8 wins. Still, to be honest, that's not even bad. If Liverpool only won 13, you know what I mean? 8 wins is not a bad thing, but I don't think they'll be coming back. They have to basically win every game right now. Listen, we've seen Liverpool come back from a 14 points deficit. We've seen that. We've come back from 14 points down in the quad season. I think it's the quad season when we tried to get the quad and turned it into 1 point like last game of the season. If Aston Villa beat them, they were beating them at the time, Liverpool would be walking away with the league. And I think we would have had that confidence to win the Champions League as well. I think the Champions League came at the wrong time. If we played the Champions League before the Premier League, I think we would have won that. It's just the disappointment of the Premier League. We took that to the Champions League final and we struggled to score goals in that game. That was the problem, in my opinion. I think if we would have won the Premier League that season, Champions League, Premier League, quad would have been there. I swear. I think if we'd done that, I'm done with football. What's the point watching football anymore? We've done the impossible. We came close with Klopp, man. We came close. Yeah, but I think yeah, what you see in the table right now, it will be different at the end of the season. It will be different, man. I think that game at Anfield with Arsenal Liverpool could be a decider as well. Could be a decider, man. That game, like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a big game. I think could be a decider, man. You never know. You never know. Let's move on with the table, guys. Get the likes, get the subscription, get the comments, man. I'm here for you. Chat to me. That's what I'm here for. I know it's a short notice thing, but you don't get this stuff anywhere else. Let's go. As I said, Tottenham's got a lot of work to do. Ange has a lot of work to do. You can't judge him on players being injured. Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of surgery over there, man. Obviously, Bowen scored the goal against Southampton. New manager bounced. They had that little bit, but yeah, I think Southampton's going to get relegated this season. Next game for West Ham is Liverpool, of course, at home. It's going to be a tough game for us. We don't really do well sometimes at the London Ground. They're going to be up for the game as well. Coming off a win, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game for us. I've got no doubt about that. With West Ham this season, you can't really have a go at them because they got a new manager. He needs, they bought a lot of players as well, so he needs time, to get them to the standards everybody wants them to be. Because during the season, a lot of people saying he should be sacked, but he's just got the job. Everybody needs time. Sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't. Don't forget, they're under that David Moyes of way of playing. And it's tough. It's really, really tough to play that way consistently. So, and it's tough to get them out of that thinking, defending, and then try to hit teams on the counter attack. If you want to play a different type of football, you need to get that mentality out of the players' heads. And this manager, is slowly getting there. He's a quality manager, man. You don't manage Spain and Real Madrid if you're not a quality manager. So he will get there, man. He just needs time to change those players' minds, in regards to playing the David Moyes way. Yeah, it's just too much. But as for Southampton, like I said, I think they're going to be relegated this season. They've come up with the same team that they had in the Championship. I keep saying that, but it's the truth. And it's always going to be tough for them to, continue trying, be in the Premier League and try to win games. It's tough. It's tough for them, man. You're losing at home, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be losing at home. These are the type of games you either get a draw or win. And they're struggling with that. I didn't really watch this guy. I saw the goal, obviously. It was Bowen. I think someone headed it and he came in and tapped it in. I didn't really watch that. I don't watch boring games, man. It's no point. But we move on to this one, obviously. Whew. Man United, guys. It's over, innit? The party is over for Amarim. What can I say about this team? They're struggling, man. They're really, really struggling, Man United. But let's talk about Wolverhampton first. New manager bounce. Matthias always, is a problem. Score from a corner, by the way, guys. I don't know, guys. I see 3 goalkeepers. I don't know, man. We're not good at goalkeeping, guys. Let's just put it that way. We're not good at goalkeeping, man. We're not good at goalkeeping. It's terrible. Let me just put it that way. A top quality team like Man United should not be conceding teams like that. Are they top quality? They haven't been in the last 12 years, 10 years, whatever it is, or 11 years. Can we consider them as that? I don't think we should, because when you're facing hard times for years and years, that's what you are. That's what you become. So you should be judging them on that. If it's 1 or 2 seasons, I understand. You could still say they're a big club. But when they are struggling more than 10 years, are you considered as one of the elites still? You shouldn't be. I remember when Liverpool, 1999, Man United fans said, yeah, you guys are finished. You're not a big club anymore. We've done the treble. We don't consider you as an equal anymore, or, one of the biggest. Now that's happening to them. Should we still say they are the biggest team in England? And still think about it that way? I don't know, man. But Wolves were phenomenal, man. The second goal was impressive. Garnacho just lost the ball, and they just counter-attacked. And Matthias just, I can't say his surname, so I'll just leave it at that. Passed it across to Chan, and he just slotted it in the top corner from the 6-yard box, really. Onana had no chance. His position was shit anyway as a goalkeeper. But yeah, they deserve the win. Don't get me wrong. But Man United, man, Fernandes getting sent off. Fernandes, like people like that, guys, they're bad apple, They're bad apples. You don't keep those people in your club. You don't give them captaincy either. You know what I mean? Because they think they're better than everybody else. He's awful. Absolutely awful. There's a reason other teams didn't go for Fernandes. Because of this, what you see. And it's every season. I remember we faced them in that 7-0. He wanted to come off. He was saying, get me off. He's not even injured. And he's the captain. Come on, guys, man. Come on. It's embarrassing, man. 2-0 like that. Man United Football Club. Yeah, I think people need to start thinking about where they regard this club. You need to downgrade that now, man. Downgrade that. Allow that, man. Yeah, Wolves was phenomenal. They were absolutely phenomenal in that game. They contained them, and then, counter-attacks, got the goal from a set piece. And, they won the game 2-0. Let's see where they are in the league. Have a look at that. So, Wolves. Look at that. At the relegation zone. That's embarrassing. Look at Man United, man. 14th, the great Man United team. The most successful, league club in the history of, English football right now. That's sick, man. Mate, they're more closer to relegation than, to the top. We've got 42 points. Look what Man United are. Will the Premier League be the same if Man United get relegated? Oh, my God. We're going to miss our rivalry, that's for sure. We motivate each other, innit? That's what Man United and Liverpool do. They motivate each other. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. If my team was there, I'll be screwing, mate. I'll be absolutely. 8 games they lost already. 4 draws, 6 only wins. 18 games. -3? 22 points. Wow. Look at that. They're more close to the relegation zone. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And look at the, hard game Leicester gave us the other day. Madness. Absolute madness. Yeah, at least Wolverhampton are at the relegation zone. O'Neill, will be proud. They could sacked him, you know what I mean? It's madness. Absolute madness. The great Man United team are 14th. You know what I mean? The football club like that. Ineos come in, they start throwing their weight around. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, but when the council to pay for the stadium, we're going to get a new stadium, but the council have to pay for that, not us. And the Glazers are sitting back, no blame attached to them, just like, FSG. It's called smart thinking. That's what it's called. They are very good at manipulating people. Glazers are no more the blame. It's all on Ineos now. Ineos, whatever they call them. It's all on them. Jim Ratcliffe. That's where the blame goes now. You don't hear Glazers out anymore. You don't hear Glazers this, Glazers that anymore. They're sitting in their throne and nobody is touching them now. Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant way of thinking. Wow. Look at John W. Henry now. Nobody blames him. We all blame Richard Hughes. We all blame Michael Edwards. And, the head coach, Arne Slot. But nobody blames FSG anymore. They're no longer a footballing people. There was never a footballing people, but, it's not their fault we don't sign players. It's not their fault we make mistakes, during the season, especially when we're top of the league, and then we just drift away from that. It's not their fault. It's not FSG's fault. It's not the Glazers' fault. Because they're no longer in charge of football. They're not in charge of football. Can't blame them. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, Wolverhampton deserve the win. They're at the relegation zone. Man United are 14th. Well deserved to be where they are. The league doesn't lie, guys. The league does not lie when you're watching it. The league does not lie. They deserve to be where they are. So we're going to move on to my football club. Mina says, Love that for the Manx. You never, yeah. LOL. For your mug says it's all about who the champions are. Yeah. Hopefully. I'm not gonna jump ahead. So obviously Liverpool won by 3 goals to 1 against Leicester. Leicester took the lead, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Gakpo, Curtis Jones, and Salah scored the 3 goals. It's good to see the 3 different goal scorers, isn't it? I'm tired of seeing the same goal scorers. It's good to see that. So we're going to move on to Liverpool now, and I'm going to be off ski. Got it, not many people are around, but it is what it is. Let's go. Let's talk about Liverpool. Yes, the screen is wider, and the badge is right there, people. The badge is right there of our beloved football club. Nothing better, is it? That badge is beautiful. I don't know what's happening there, but let me fix that for you. Sorry, guys. It's unlike my screen. Let me go. There you go. Let me move the screen a bit. Yeah, let's go up. Let's go up a bit. There you go. Much better. Yeah, as you can see, people, obviously we're going to be talking about Liverpool now. About time, I think. That's something I don't do. I haven't done for a while. Apologies. But now let's do that. So we beat, obviously, Leicester by 3 goals to 1. Leicester took the lead. Unacceptable the way they took the lead, but it really annoyed me. It's always the same type of goals. Them cutting in from inside, the right-hand side, as always. Trent running somewhere he's not supposed to be running to. Like, I'm thinking to myself, bro, like, you did that against Fulham at Anfield. I don't know what it is with Trent and Anfield, but for some reason, this kid likes to invert at Anfield. But when we go to away, like Tottenham, he wasn't inverting. He was like the old Trent that was putting crosses in the box, building up play with Salah on the right, the Gravenberch on the right. And then when he comes to Anfield, it just goes back to this inverted guy. I don't know if Arne Slot is the one who's telling him to do that, but he needs to stop. Look at the goal, guys. Here, look at the RU goal. Look where Trent was. I'm not just having a go at Trent. I'll explain, obviously, how it is. I'm only giving you how it started. That number 10 for Leicester, yeah, was on the left. That's the left winger, by the way. And that's where Trent's supposed to be. That's your player. That's the player you're supposed to be, like, marking. I don't know, in the modern day football, do you supposed to leave players alone, or do you supposed to mark them if you're a fullback? If you're a defender, that's your role. You're supposed to mark players. You're supposed to stop players, going into your goal. But what he did was, he ran towards the guy that's got the ball and left him, like, alone. So Gravenberch had to come across the pitch to go and try and mark him. And all I see is Trent doing is jogging back again. Like, come on, like, what is going on? He did the same against Fulham. Go back and look at the Fulham game. He left Iwobi, I think it was Iwobi on the left, or I think it was Robinson. Robinson, I think it was. And that's how they got the goal. I just don't, I don't understand. I really, really don't understand this like thinking of defending. The whole point of a right back is mark your wingers, the ones who are further up the pitch, that's on your side, and let the midfield deal with the players in front. But for some reason, we leave these players going towards our goal, which is strange. And then they go down the left, crossed in. Gravenberch didn't do much really. And are you just like got the ball? Robertson didn't even know where the ball was, all over the place. Like I said many times, go back on my streams. He's a panicker now. Robertson is becoming a panicker, guys, and that's something scary. Because in important games, if we've got panickers in our team, we'll concede more goals. And not only that, we'll concede winners in games. And that's what Robertson did. Go back, start panicking. It went from there, him and Robertson, to there. the gap was that big eventually. You had the time to turn and put it in the bottom corner, which is deflected off Van Dijk's leg and went inside the goal. Robertson needs to fix up, man. So does Trent. Our fullbacks are the ones that's letting the team down, as well as the defenders. You know what I mean? Because we're conceding goals. We need to like get the attack and the midfield and the defense together here, man. Because if we keep conceding goals, we are gonna, it's gonna be an uphill battle every single game. An early goal, 6 minutes they scored. In 6 minutes, you scored. That's unacceptable, guys. Honestly, that's unacceptable. The protection between the defense has to be stronger as well. McAllister and Gravenberch have to be stronger than what they are, because unfortunately we've got fullbacks that's one is panicking and one is running away from his defensive duties. So when that happens, that means the midfielders, one of them has to step back to make it into free, so make it difficult for the opponents. It's happening in every game that we play. We conceded 3 goals against Tottenham, guys. We conceded 2 against Fulham. I'm telling you, I can't remember many clean sheets. I think the only clean sheet that we had recently is in the Champions League against Girona, away, when Alisson had that phenomenal performance in his comeback. That's the only game I can remember us keeping clean sheets. Look at that, Fulham 2. Even in the League Cup, we conceded a goal, 1-0, but 2-1, we beat them. Newcastle, before Girona, obviously the Everton game was postponed. Let me share that with you guys. Yeah, man, we're conceding too many goals, guys. Like, I can't believe people are not waking up to this. This can be a thing that cost us in the Premier League. It could be a problem. I'm telling you guys, I'm not joking about here. It could be a problem, and it's worrying in my opinion when I see that. And I don't want to say I told you so. This is what happened to us last season. What was the reason we lost the Premier League last season? It's because we're conceding goals on a regular basis. We ignored that. You know what I mean? And what happened? We lost the league because of conceding goals early in every game that we play. So well, my man, this is all wrong. Oh, there we go. So let's start obviously from the last game. Another goal. 3 goals against Tottenham we conceded. 2-1 we beat obviously Southampton in the cup. Still conceded a goal there. Fulham, 2 goals again. Girona is the only game I said we haven't conceded, as I remember last. Newcastle 3-3, another 3 goals conceded. And the last game we kept a clean sheet was Man City at home. Why are we up for these type of games? But when it's a teams that's lower than that, we're not up for it. That's what I don't understand, guys. Like, the way we defended against City was phenomenal. Everybody was fighting for the ball. Everybody was putting their body on the line. But when we faced the likes of Newcastle, Southamptons, and all that stuff, we're just too relaxed. I honestly think since Alisson's been back, the defenders are too relaxed. I think because, you got that big presence at the back, you're just letting it go now. Like, Kelleher is no longer in goal, so we don't have to do the extra running anymore. Alisson is back. He saves anything. So, we don't have to defend as... You need to get that mentality out of your head. Clean sheets and you score, you win games. You need clean sheets at all times. And that's what we need to get back to. Look, 2 goals against Southampton away. Bottom team of the Premier League. How dare you concede 2 goals to them? How dare you? We just about won that game as well. But look, Real Madrid again. Top team. Look at the way we perform, guys. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Why don't we perform in a consistent basis in every game that we play? Why do we have to, like, when we face teams like Southamptons and Tottenhams and all that stuff, play their game? Be more, cautious. Like, be more tighter. Be more congested when they got the ball. Don't lose balls in areas that they can counter-attack, because that's what we do a lot. We lose the ball in areas we're not supposed to lose the ball at. And Trent does that a lot with his left foot passing every single time I see him do. I'm thinking to myself, bro. Like, Trent, you don't like to defend, but yet you're willing to give the ball away. Don't make any sense, man. Don't make any fucking sense, bro. But this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. Like, I have to talk about this because last season, that I kept on warning people about the goals we're conceding too early. And what happened? We lost the league title. We lost the league title because of stupidness like that. if we got the points on the board and not like lose those games and draw those games, maybe we would have been better positioned when these injuries started occurring in our football club. But we didn't even put ourselves in a good position, man. But like I said, man, too many goals, man, and it's becoming a regular thing now, and that has to stop. Clean sheets is important. Clean sheets is very important. If you want to win league titles, you have to keep clean sheets, guys. And we're not doing enough of that, man. We're not fighting the cause. You know what I mean? How can we fight with the likes of Real Madrid, but when it comes to and you know Man City, but when it comes to the teams like Southampton's and lower teams, we don't do enough. Like that's what I don't understand, guys. I really don't get it. Like it's frustrating. It's really frustrating in my opinion, and that's something we've got to work on. If you want to be the champions, you got to fight at all costs. There shouldn't be a stone, not unturned. You have to like do everything in a way to make you perfect. You need that fear factor, if you know what I mean, guys. You need that fear factor in the team. You batter teams, you beat teams, you don't concede goals, and you get that fear factor. If we batter Tottenham 6-0, our rivals will look at us and say, you know what, what's the point? What is the actual point us challenging for the league titles? Liverpool is too strong. Remember that season we won the league? Why did we win the league? Because we was too strong for the rest. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do, guys. We need to be stronger. I mean, be more cautious, be more attentive, attending like when our fullback are struggling, we need to help them out more. You know what I mean? But like I said, you can't be out of position. That's what Trent done the other day. And he did that against Fulham. Go back and look, guys. He did the same against Fulham. He did the same. It's the home games mostly he struggles with. He did the same against Leicester City the other day. He just runs out of position. I don't know if he's trying to play them on side. I don't know. I really don't know what type of defending that is. I've never seen a fullback leave a winger alone on his own. I've never seen that. Only Trent I've ever seen him do. Yeah, it's a lot of things, man. A lot of things we've got to work on. But enough of the negativity. That's something we've got to work on and, let the manager deal with that at the end. But like I said, people, I'm here for you. Hit the likes, hit the subscription, get on the comments as well. Appreciate that, man. Sorry it was a last minute thing. Yeah, Gakpo obviously got the equaliser just before half time, cut in from the left and slotted it in the top corner. Gakpo, guys, we've been saying a lot about him. We've been talking about him, especially me. I don't want to say blowing my own trumpet or anything like that, but I have been saying give the guy a consistent position, which is the left side, and then we'll see the best out of him. Then we could judge him. When you're playing the guy in a central midfield position, a false line, and the right side, it ain't gonna work. It's like what Martinez. Is it Martinez, that manager who used to manage Everton back in the day and Wigan? He said a good thing the other day when they were speaking to him at Amazon. That's where the game was played, obviously. They got Gakpo out. They gave him the man of the match. And Martinez did say, man, you was the main man at PSV. Everything was going through you. I know, at Liverpool, there's too many good players. Are you finding your way? And Gakpo said, yeah. The coach is showing me, where to go, how to perform on the pitch. He expects more from me, and he's a left-sided winger. That's what he is. That's what he was. He was the captain for PSV. He was the catalyst. He was everything, as Martinez said. He said he was the main man at PSV. Do you feel like you're coming? You're coming towards that at Liverpool. Is it comfortable now at Liverpool Football Club? He said, yeah. Now I'm finding my feet. I'm more, freer, and the performances are going to improve. And I like that. I like that when Gakpo said that. We've got a lot of talented players at Liverpool, guys. You might not know, you look at Gakpo, leader, came from PSV, captain, Soboslai, Hungary captain, McAllister, potential captain, Gravenberch. Look at the performances, man, by Gravenberch, guys. Phenomenal. And these young players are, something special. You look at Konate at the back, captain for France now. Madness happening at Liverpool Football Club. Leaders everywhere. That's what I said about Chelsea. That's what Chelsea don't have. They don't have enough leaders. You look at Liverpool. That's one thing about Klopp. He always buys leaders, and that's why he always, challenges for titles and that. What do leaders do? They easily can take instructions, and that's what it's all about, man. Yeah, Gakpo's goal, guys, yesterday. Like, wow, 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 wow. It's like, from what I can see when I'm watching him right now, because he's scoring more or less every game that he plays, it's back to Mane and Salah, isn't it? Don't get me wrong, Diaz is there as well. Diaz is different. He's not going to be, like a Mane or anything like that, but it looks like it's back to Mane and Salah from what I can see, guys. Something closer to that. You know what I mean? It's going to be difficult no matter what. Mane is a special player. I mean, I'm never going to downgrade his performances. Mane is a very, very special player. But it looks like, I score, you score, I score, you score. Oh, yeah. They set up each other as well. You see Salah cutting in and then try to find the far post. Gakpo cuts in from the left and tries to find Salah on the other side. There you go. It's proper. It's proper. And I love this guy. What I love about him, he's a team player, Gakpo. Doesn't complain where he plays. Whatever you put him, he goes there and gives it 100%. And he plays for the team. That's what I love about this guy, man. If he's coming for the bench, if he's starting the games, if he's playing as a central midfielder or as a number 9, he still give you his all. And but now, obviously, we found his position, which is back on the left where he originally was, and he's doing some wonderful things. I mean, don't forget, he had a couple of chances before that, and he messed it up. He hit it over the crossbar, but he got one right just before half time, and then he got us the equaliser. Yeah, man. Special player, Gakpo. Well deserved the man of the match, by the way. Well deserved, man. Curtis Jones didn't have his best game, to be fair. I'm not going to be here telling you, oh, he played well, brag about him. Didn't have his best game, but he was in and around the game. Obviously scored that goal when Salah set him up. They did 1-2 around the box, and the ball was back in the middle of the 6 yards, and he tapped it in. It was a good team goal. It's my favourite goal of the game. I think it's Arne Slot's favourite goal of the game as well. So that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, man. Team goal. I love team goals. Team goals are my favorite because, it shows the togetherness of the team, innit? That's what it shows. And that's what you need. You don't win titles on your own. You win it as a team, as a collective. And this is what we're all about. Look at the way we celebrate goals. Everybody comes over and celebrates with us. And everybody plays their part. That's what it is. If you want to win titles, from the goalkeeper to the front, you have to play your part, man. And not only that, the fan base as well. Us as fans, when the team is struggling, we need to pick them up and give them the helping hand that they need, the 12th man, as they say. Not many football clubs have that, and we have that. We have that special relationship with our players and our coaches as well. Now you're hearing a lot of stuff about Arne Slot. Fans singing about him, talking about him in a positive way. No longer thinking about Klopp in bringing him back on things like that. I like that. I love that. That shows we've moved on to something else that's going to get us, titles. It's like, moving from Shankly to Paisley. It's happened again, guys. This is part 2, 2.0, as they say. I love that. I love that, man. What would teams normally do? Just when someone special leaves them, they just give up? No. We move on. It took us time. It took us time, to get used to Arne Slot, but now we know his plan. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Where we're 7 points at the top of the game in hand, man. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Salah's goal. The curse, as they call it. The curse. Let me share something with you guys. I don't really understand, what's going on in social medias nowadays. Listen, I'm from old school. I'm not all about this new stuff about people talking about our players. And so let me go to Salah's thing on Twitter and show you what happened. Salah doesn't, with Salah, guys, he's not in my life. I don't really care what he does off the pitch. He's got nothing to do with me. But for some reason, especially Man United fans, they bring up this every season, guys, This, this, him and his family underneath a Christmas tree. They bring this up every single time, which I don't understand. Why does it concern you what the man does with his private life? That's between him and Allah. We don't need to cry about a Christmas tree and his family sitting around it. What's it to do with me? It's not my life. It's not affecting my life. You know, like the problem is with people, they're trying to play a part in life that's nothing to do with them. That's between him and Allah. That's what I say. Man United fans, I saw them like building up spaces on social media, especially Twitter, talking about this, and I was thinking to myself, guys, you're Man United fans, right? You wear a Man United top with the devil on it, on your heart, top of your heart, top of your heart. You're wearing a Man United top with the devil on it on top of your heart, and you're a Muslim. What's worse? What is worse? Ask yourself that question. Since you're bringing up this guy and his personal life, what's worse? When you're wearing a Man United top with the devil on it over your heart, or what's worse? What's worse? But they don't think about that. They don't think about that. I see them with a what do you call it? With a flag all around them, like it's cold. And these are Muslim people. So think about what you're saying before you judge other people. That's what we do in this world. I've noticed, bro. We judge people like it's our right to judge them. Listen, you don't do God's work. You don't do Allah's work. Let Allah deal with him and whatever issues you think that he has. I don't need you to tell me what Salah is doing in his private life. He plays for my football club. That's all I care about. Score the goals, win the games, we move. Outside that, I don't meet up with you. I don't have coffee with you. I don't know who you are. So just let that go, people. I don't understand where these people start bringing up this stuff on social media. Like they know the guy, that this is their life. It's a weird one. Like I said, Man United fans, Muslim ones that is, check out your shirt and look what's over your heart when you're walking down the street. Telling me about Salah. I don't give a damn about Salah, what he does off the pitch. It doesn't affect my life. Crazy, man. But it's a good goal. Obviously, it's a typical Salah goal. Curled it around and then put it in the bottom corner. Goalkeeper had no chance. They say the curse of Salah. Whenever he puts on the Christmas tree, he starts struggling. Well, he didn't. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Muslims, we don't really believe in that, but it is what it is. But like I said, guys, the defense has a lot of work to do, and the captain has to get a grip of it. There's too many easy chances going in nowadays in our goal. And as I said, when Alisson's in goal, I think our defense is too relaxed. It's too relaxed and too easy to get past. And that's something Van Dijk's got to work on. Sometimes you got to lead by example. Get in there, get stuck in. Kick a player on the ball, let him fly in the air, just to prove a point to your defenders. That's what you need to do. Gomez, like I said, people, don't judge a player when it's only 2 games he played the whole season, especially in a different position he hasn't been playing in for a long, long time. I've seen him now. That's 3 games, I think, or 4 games, I think. Man City, Newcastle, Fulham, and Leicester. So 4 games. Phenomenal against City, rubbish against Newcastle, okay against Fulham, phenomenal against Leicester. That's what you're going to get. That is what you're going to get with Gomez. You're not going to get like a full throttle Gomez that's going to be dominating things. It's going to take him around 10 games. Then we could start looking at him in a different way. But when people judge you straight away saying, oh, we miss Konate and all this stuff, crying like little bitches, it ain't going to happen, man. Konate can't come back from injury and play. So Gomez is what you need to cope with at the moment. And not only that, Gomez is a Premier League winner. Don't forget that the season we won the Premier League, he was the defender with Van Dijk. So he has been there before, and he was phenomenal yesterday. Forget about the goal we conceded. It's not his fault. It's the fullback's fault, and the other fullback's fault, and Van Dijk should have actually come and cleared it and showed his leadership as he always does. But yeah, for Gomez right now, he's starting to get into that groove, becoming consistent and becoming dominant. And I love what I see about Gomez now, guys. Honestly, Konate will be back eventually. It'll be unfair if Gomez starts making, having a run of games and getting better and better for him to come in and take over. Don't get me wrong, Konate has been a phenomenal defender this season. I think he's been one of the best defenders in the world this season. We do need that, clean sheets and all that stuff. But I don't blame Gomez for the goal. I don't really blame him for the goal. Even against Fulham, it wasn't his fault. It's just positioning of certain players that allow crosses into the box and thinking like because you got Alisson back, it's easy, for Alisson. It ain't easy for Alisson. It ain't easy for any goalkeeper if shots are taken at you straight away. You know what I mean? It's impossible. So, yeah, yeah. Listen, love Gomez, love what he's doing. Let him continue. Let him improve. Let him have that run of games, and then after 10, 11 games, we could judge him and see if he's getting better or getting worse. Gravenberch, obviously, he's doing phenomenal job. Don't get me wrong, out of position. Sometimes I think he's got to drop back 3 steps back to help out the defense, especially in the early parts of the game, so you don't concede goals. If you just stay in front of the defense and help them out, I think is a beautiful thing. Because if we stop conceding goals and score goals in the first half, imagine the first half and the second half coming together. That is, that's madness. That could cause a lot of problems. Score goals in the first half and the second half. Because normally what we do is we don't score in the first half, or sometimes we get 1 to equalize, and then the second half we start getting 2 or 3, if you know what I mean. So we need to get that together. Sometimes the Gravenberch needs to step back 3 steps, just stay in front of the defense. I don't need you to attack. Just stay in front of the defense and help them out. And we could worry about the other stuff later on during the game. But make sure we don't concede goals. Phenomenal this season, man. Robertson, I'm not here to criticize Robertson, guys. Robertson is Robertson. He does what he does. The pace is gone. You know what I mean? He's panicking a lot. If I was a coach, I'll analyze. If I'm gonna keep him in the team, I'm gonna analyze his games. I'm gonna show him what he does wrong. He needs to be more closer to players than further away, because that's what he struggles with for some reason. When he's always, defending, he's already shaking beforehand. You know what I mean? Oh, what am I? That's why he lost the track where Ayu was. He was close to him like that, then it ended up like that. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot of work, man. He's only 30 years old, but he's playing he's like 35. 30 years old, guys. And he's playing he's like 35, 36. It's madness, man. It's like coming to the end of the road. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's a lot of improvement to do. Trent needs to improve as well, as we discussed earlier. I'm tired of watching the same thing, too relaxed kind of performances. He's inverting again. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. But listen, you got to talk about the negative as well as positives. We can't keep talking about positives, you know what I mean, and then forgetting about the negatives as well. We need to improve on the negatives in order for us to, just be positive 24/7. So, yeah, improve on the negatives part of the game. Then we won't discuss that. Just give it that extra yard on the pitch. That's all I'm asking for. I don't ask for much. Give us 100% on the pitch, and that's all we need. If you know what I mean, that's all we need. Yeah. But people, like I say always, I hope you enjoyed this. Like, share, and subscribe, and Liverpool top of the league. I'll be back tonight, hopefully, around 11. I'll be on the Eagle show, so please go on there and check it out. We're going to discuss, obviously, each team and the Premier League as well. Yeah, take care, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. See you soon.